Jesus said, look at the birds. And then he said, and of how much more value are you than birds? How much more important are you? Do you know that? Do you realize how much you matter to God? How much God cares about you? How much God cares about everything in your life and everything you're going through right now? Do you live with this trust that you really matter to God? How do you maintain that? How do you develop it? How do you live with this peace and this assurance that God really is looking after me because God cares about what I'm going through? Jesus suggests two things. In this passage, he says, do not keep striving for what you are to eat and what you are to drink. Do not keep worrying. Instead, strive for his kingdom, and these things will be given to you as well. Jesus' advice is strive for the kingdom. I'll admit to you, I'm not a big fan of that advice. When it seems like you do so much striving in life, you strive every day at work, you strive to take care of responsibilities at home and other places and family. Striving, it just sounds like what you do when you go to the gym. The last thing you want is to come to church and be told, now strive, work a little harder. But that's not what Jesus is talking about. It's important to pay attention, not so much to the striving word here, but the object of the striving, kingdom. When Jesus talks about the kingdom of God, what he's talking about is life when God is in charge, the reign of God. Expressions like kingdom of heaven, kingdom of God are simply describing life when God's in charge. That's not something we make happen. It's something we let happen. We allow, we welcome God to be in charge. You remember the scene when Moses led the Israelites out of bondage in Egypt. He brought them to the edge of the Red Sea, and the people turned around and looked, and they saw the cloud of dust stirring up from the desert as the chariots of Pharaoh came after them in hot pursuit, and they realized they were pinned. They had nowhere to go, and they panicked. And then Moses got their attention. And I love this line that he spoke to the people. The Lord will fight for you, and you have only to be still. What a picture of faith. Faith that is trusting in God to do what we cannot see, and we are okay with the outcomes. Faith that trusts God to do what we can't see and to say, right now, I'm going to be okay with that. I'm going to be okay with putting God in charge and know that God is going to work out everything where it's going to be okay for me. I'm going to let God be in charge. I believe Jesus is talking about striving in that regard. Not really working harder, working less. Seeking to let God be in charge. What does that look like for you?